What's up, YouTube? What's up, Extreme Gains family? I'm Chuck. This is Extreme Gains. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say is or ever will be financial advice. Please do not take it as such. Today is Tuesday, February 8th, 2022, and this is the AMC Algo Exposed Daily Update Prep video, and I will include SPY in it as well for tomorrow and beyond. What a day, what a day, what a day. All of them finished up in the green. AMC up 10.19%, currently down 0.18 in after hours at $16.40. GME up 12.96%, trading at 115.60 prior to market close. SPY up 0.82, up I believe another 0.25% in after hours. And man, y'all, once again, the community here, chat, the Discord, y'all just knocked it out of the park today. Again, making gains. I love it. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for letting me be a part of that and that journey of yours. I appreciate it. It's great to see. So with that said, we're going to dig into these overlays and where I think we may be at and what's going on. So let's dig in. All right. Head and shoulders. We talked about this in the video yesterday. We have the inverted head and shoulders. I talked about this potentially closing off. I think I may have jumped the gun, obviously, a day as far as where I was thinking this curl up move was going to take place and the rejection off of the 1666. I was talking about it potentially happening yesterday. It didn't. It happened today. Although we did get the curl up move yesterday and the move to the downside. That's what I was calling for, was the short-term move to the upside, followed by a push back down. And then we ended up actually getting it fulfilled in its entirety today. Now, with that said, before I even look at the snake algo, this thing has fulfilled itself to this extent by closing off that right-facing shoulder. The neckline break. If it can break 1666, the neckline break is next. It would have to break this neckline, break and hold, confirmation, continuation to the upside for this to have a continuation up further. Just from a technical perspective, that's what I'm looking at from that setup or that potential setup, okay? So bullish scenario, bullish case based off the technical setup of a potential inverted head and shoulders. That's what I'm looking for. Now, that does align itself a little bit with the previous snake. Not exactly, but a little bit. If it were to have and continue to have a parabolic move. This is the previous snake that we followed for all this time that projected these moves down here to this downside bottom. And right there, you can see, granted, it's not exact, see where the bottoms would meet right there and give us that continuation to the upside. If that were to break the 1666-65 area and then break the neckline. Okay, so that would be a bullish outlook in the short term that I would use for that projection, obviously, if that were to break. But from a technical standpoint, that's what I'm looking for that break to happen. Good enough. Okay, so that's the bullish look. Now, like I said, I jumped the gun a little bit yesterday, and I was calling for this move potentially yesterday. It didn't fulfill, and then it did today. Reason being is I had the placement of the current snake. My opinion right now, and we went over this in Discord or in Discord too, but in the live stream. So this is primarily for those of you that worked that didn't get to see this during the live stream today. Yesterday, I had this thing placed basically in this manner, where I had the peak here in the middle, trying to match it up in the middle, and this move up here was indicating yesterday. And I talked about potential short-term move up. I talked about these candles, that this is not a candle for candle projection. Let me repeat. This is not a candle for candle projection. Let me repeat. This is not, I know, shut up. I know, that's how I feel when I keep saying this. I feel, oh, well, you didn't. Listen, y'all, this is not a candle for candle projection. All right. I talked about these candles, the height of them. Sometimes it's just about it indicating or implying the move and not so much about the level of the move, right? Generalized perspective of macro movements. I use that phrase a lot for that reason, okay? All right. So anyways, with that said, the reason I think I was early was this. Voila. There it is. It's really that simple. This is how that works. I talked about the placement of these in the beginning when finding one and overlaying it for the purpose of having accurate projections moving forward. It will always be a staggered look if you have a staggered placement from the beginning. And potentially, depending if we get this break or not, I know everybody's out there pumping upside right now, and I want that too. I don't know if everybody has that messed up in their heads or what. I want upside too. I'm in this play too. But I stay down the middle and realistic. I want to make sure we have all scenarios covered, both upside and downside. And if I don't see an upside, I'm not going to present one. If I don't see a downside, I'm not going to present one. Okay, so if this does not get this break, and at this time, unless I see something otherwise that shows me that it's diverting from what it has followed already, just this one for 3 weeks, then I'll go with it. But until then, I'm going to present all cases, okay? So I presented the bullish parabolic case on that side if the technical head and shoulders fulfills and the previous snake is still leading. That's what we will see then tomorrow. That will project a move hard to the upside tomorrow as well. It'll be a continuation, a break of this, no problem, because it has some height to go after that, as I showed you. This one here in this placement, the current snake, it shows exactly what happened today. This is what I was calling for yesterday, and then it happened today. Double bottom here, and then the move up that this candle here was indicating. Rejection potentially. Go back, watch the video. Talked about it rejecting off the 1666. I know you all that are bit with me, you know this. I'm just covering it because I already know what the comments are going to look like. So go check the video out from yesterday where I was talking about this. I was a day premature. We got it. Nonetheless, we got the rejection off of there just like I thought it would. I pulled the third from the box top method and schematic to the downside. As you can see, the hourglass formation that we've been in on the way down that makes when you're in a downtrend. That third came down, and that's what we rejected off of today, almost to the cent. Rejected off that. So if this is all valid and this is going to be the continuation of the snake algo in this placement with this snake, I would expect this to move to the downside. The next macro move or the next generalized perspective of the macro move is to the downside here, right? We obviously have to go from here down into here. And you can see how small these day movements are, but it does indicate downside from where we're at right now and not upside tomorrow in this position with this snake algo overlay. Okay? That's the current one. Now, the macro to macro descending wedge from the 7-year macro descending wedge prior to the 2021 run-up with AMC. Talked about, and we talked again today in the live stream about it. Is this invalidated? Right? The answer for me is no. If you want to take it off your list, go right ahead. For me, I'm not taking it off my list. I talked about this as well. If this were to make a move right now or in the next, where am I at? Daily candle to the downside hard tomorrow, and you zoom out and have a full generalized perspective of that movement, are you going to invalidate that? Because I'm not. It still would look fulfilled to me. And you're going to see that with the SPY overlay that's led for months. You're going to get an inside out and this snake-like, no pun intended, snake-like action in and out of these lines. It's not going to be exact. It's not going to be candle for candle. And this little bit of consolidation does not, in my opinion, invalidate this. Let me show you this. And it really is this simple. Watch this. Oh, it's magic. Look. One little slight extension, and what happens? Right there. Oh, right there. And what happens? You have the downside move replicated right here. You miss a little void here of this bounce candle. No big deal. Not a big deal. Replicated movement to the upside with the blue and the real time. Back down in. The swoop back up around. Replicated, rejected, and back down. That's it. Right? That's all you got to do. Did it void or invalidate the rest of the movements in that placement with that little bit of extension? Would that throw you off? Because it wouldn't throw me off. So is this one off my table as well? And off my radar? Absolutely not. These are all still valid at this point for me. Okay? I know everybody gets excited. I know it's exciting. We're up 13%. We're up 12%. What happened last week? What happened last Tuesday? What happened last Tuesday? Listen, this is a pump boy's dream. Trust me. Trust me, bro. For real, y'all. Right? I'm down the middle. I'm going to stay down the middle. I hope y'all will stay with me down the middle. Realistic, chilled out, down the middle. Calm, cool, collected. Take everything into consideration. Nothing is imminent. Everything is possible. We prepare for everything, so we're surprised by nothing. End of story. That's the MO here. That's the game here at Xtreme Gainz. Always is. It always will be. All right. Cool. That is AMC in a nutshell. By the way, obviously, this one here, what is its indication of? Generalized perspective of the next macro movement. Downside. Downtown. Downtown. The other one, inverted head and shoulders, previous snake, bullish parabolic. We get a grind up. I'm already ready. Y'all saw what I found today. And I haven't got a chance to apply that in any way to see what its implication and what its meaning or where it belongs in this puzzle yet. But y'all saw that. So when I have it, you'll have it, okay? All right, that's AMC. That's everything AMC. Where am I at? 12 minutes. I'm doing good. I'm hammering away here. SPY. Today. What the hell happened there? Today, SPY. Yesterday, let me go back. Let me rewind. Yesterday, SPY. I showed you the compressed. And this morning, showed you the compressed version. Showed you the original placement extended version of the SPY overlay. Right here is the the extended original. I call it extended, but it's the real one. This is the original placement of this overlay fractal and that I had put on here back before I even started streaming, but I presented it the very first week in December when I started streaming, okay? This here was in this position, and somebody had recommended compressing this, trying to line up these bottoms here, and we did that. It did, thank God, give us last week's projections, no problem, to the upside. However, I was looking at both of them. I put an alert out this morning again in Discord. I brought it to y'all in the live stream this morning where I put both the compressed and the original placement one together on it, and it made a diversion point because the compressed version was showing immediate downside today. This original version was showing continuation to the upside to this peak. Well, we know which one validated, don't we? Okay, for the time being, this position is what I'm still sticking with. This was the original one, and it's the one we've been following, except for a portion of last week when we attempted to try the compressed version at the request of a respected member of the community that asked me, hey, check that out, compress it, see what it looks like, see what you think. That's what I'm seeing. All right, it invalidated itself today being in that compressed manner. So this is the one I'm looking at. What does this indicate? Right out of the gate, generalized macro is upside, right? Now, in the immediate, is it upside? I don't know. Could it be downside? Yes. You see these check ups and check downs the whole way up? That can happen. That's not my concern. I've talked about this before. I'm looking at generalized perspective of macro. And if it's in this position and it continues to validate itself in this position, I'm expecting a potential continuation to the upside for this peak to be made before it rolls down off the other end. If the placement of this is where it belongs in this position. It has for months. I'm going to leave it there until it, without a doubt, invalidates itself, and it needs to be reconsidered. The position, not the fractal or the overlay, the position of it needs to be reconsidered. Okay, it's not just to throw it out as soon as something, feels off. It's got to be confirmed. That's just how I operate, okay? So anyways, that's what that's showing. That's SPY. That's AMC. I appreciate it if you made it to the end of the video. I appreciate all the support, continued support. Do me a favor, like the video on your way out. Leave a comment, say hello, say what's up. I will be live again tomorrow morning, 9 a.m., market open to market close, like always. If I don't see you in the live stream, and I will see you all in the update video tomorrow after market close. Thank you all. Enjoy your evening, and I will see you and talk to you mañana. Enjoy your night, y'all. Later.